Hello and welcome back to Raymies Garage. Today we've got this 2015 Range Rover Evoque Pure. We've been quite busy here at Raymies Garage, so not a lot of content recently. Been on holiday and bits and pieces, but we're back now. This vehicle has got a suspected vibration from the front, but I suspect it's probably brake pads. So we're going to have a look at both the front and the rear pads. I think there's a bit of a lip on that. Let me check that out and see what the specifications are for the thickness of the disc itself. So we'll get the gear ready and we'll get that wheel off and have a look at the pads. And I would guess 100%, 99% that it's probably the pads that are needing replaced. So get the trolley out, get it up, have a look and see how we go. So we'll have a wee look here. The pads are pretty short. There is a bit of a lip on that. Everything else looks okay. Usual surface rust. So we'll get these pads out. In fact, I don't think there's very much on that at all. This looks as if it's got a wee bit of grooving in it. But we'll test that. So these calipers have got these wee wee bits in them. You need to get a hex 7 in there. I think it's a hex 7. There we go, we'll get the bottom one out now. Just pull off your hands. It's coming off all right. The adapter. Trying to pull them out because there's no grip on that. We just need to okay. Compress that a wee bit maybe. The slider's definitely out. It's probably just the lip that's causing it not to come out. So, look cool little materials on that. That's literally down to the metal. That's what's probably causing your vibration. I thought I had new ones, but these are actually the rears. So what we can do is tidy that up. I'm going to measure the thickness of the disc itself, and the caliper sliders are not very slidey. So I'm going to find out the specifications of the thickness of that disc, because that's quite a lip on that, in case I need to order a new disc for it. But it's pretty thin. Pretty thin. You can also see how far out the piston has been pushed just before I push that in again. So when you're doing that, you just need to check your brake fluid level, because you're pushing that piston back in there to get the new pads in. It may actually push some fluid out there, so we'll check that. Let's pop that hood there. And our brake fluid is up here. So it's pretty high. I'll just keep my eye on that. All I would do is basically soak some out there with a syringe if I need to take some out. So let's get that measured before we order, or need to order a new disc for it. Just pushing the caliper back, the piston back. And I'm just stepping up to check the fluid level. Remove that. Not moving very much. I think that says as far back as we can go. I'll give this a clean up, I'll get some new grease in there. See how we go. So we've got my small gauge, and we're going to measure inside that. So they look like 24.6 mil. I don't know where we can see that. 24.6 mil. The specification on them are 28 mil. So it does feel about 2 or 3 mil down there. So I gave them a wee wire brush, a wee spray. I think the discs are okay. I'm going to leave them, but what we'll do is we'll get this prepared. They look pretty dry. Sliders, it's not too bad. I'll get some of our ceramic grease. Certainly feels better. It's a wee bit stiff. Not too bad though. So we'll need to go and pick up some pads. They're already ordered just to collect them. Get them on. Maybe tidy this up a wee bit. Then we'll get to the other side. Then we'll have a look at the rears. Right, so that's us back. Here are the new pads. Slightly different from them. You can see how much wear's on that. So what I'm going to do is get a bit of ceramic grease in here and the bits for touching the pads. Get these fitted. It's a fairly straightforward job. If you've got the tools, of course. I always like to put a wee bit of lube in there just to stop them rusting more than anything else, although probably doesn't last that long. A wee bit on the ears and a wee bit on piston. There we go. Two different pads here, one with the inner piston pad and one without that. So that goes on here, like so. That one goes on there. That. I'll just try and put that back in there. There we go. I'll just try and fire these on. That's one. That's not lining up. A wee bit of copper grease. Just on here. Just to save the wheel from sticking. The next time we go to take it off, or the next guy wants to take it off. There we go. So for doing your brakes on the Evoque, it's fairly simple. There's a couple of bolts at the back here, takes the caliper off. If we're changing the disc, there are a couple of bolts in here. We take that retaining screw off, pop the old disc off, pop the new one on, and it's fairly straightforward. Save yourself a few bob. Discs, sorry, pads for the front, we're probably talking about £30–35, so if you can do that job yourself, you'll save yourself a lot of money and labour. Could be doing a wee wash, this cap. And there we are, that's as simple as that. Although, I'm going to get the brake pads, sorry. Took me about half an hour there. Not that you'll notice that because it never made a difference to your viewing. So we'll get around the other side. I might do this one on hyper speed because same process. I expect the pads to be the same. Then we'll go on to the back ones. Okay, so let's move to the other side. We'll get started. So my level in my reservoir here is getting a bit full, so I just use a wee syringe. Suck some of that out, like so. Let's put that there. So that keeps us safe. So slightly different. Got a brake actuator here, and we need to retract the pistons. I think these are 14, maybe 13 actually. Yeah, 13. So what I need to do is retract the pistons. There's two ways to do that. You can do it through a diagnostic tool. We've got the gap tool, and it doesn't work, to be fair, on these Range Rovers or any car I've had. I do believe they work in older cars, but certainly don't work on this. So there's a method to do that, and I'll go and see if I can record that. And it just pushes the piston back, or pulls the brake back, and you can just push the piston in. I'll need to recover these sliders in here, or accessory kit for the brakes. Looks a wee bit rough, that actually. Now let's see if I can get this first time. It took me about 5 minutes to find the key, but we're here. So I think the sequence, if I remember, is you hold down the accelerator. I'm going to try and hold down the accelerator, ignition on, ignition off, whilst holding that. So I need to try and put my camera somewhere. Hold on. Accelerator down, on, and parking brake off. And you can hear it go into maintenance mode. Hope you can. You can hear them. And there you go. And that's that. Parking brake in maintenance mode. It comes up on the screen. I hope you can see that. Not sure we're going to be able to get that. These sockets upstairs. That's one, and the other one's down here. That's not bad. I thought that would have been turning. Sometimes you need to get a wee, I think it's a 17 open-ended spanner on that. So there's one. Doesn't like it. Maybe need a wee spanner on it. Yeah, I think it does. Keeping the supervisory eye on us as usual. 16. A bit tight, that one. There we go. The two are there. I'll put them over there. to watch your cables here now. Come on, stay there. These are the pads. They're not as bad actually, to be fair. In fact, there's quite a lot of meat on them. But we're here now, we're going to change them. The same. And we'll get our hardware off, because we're probably going to need that again. To wee brush. This disc's not too bad either. Now we shall clean these up. I don't really like doing that on the ground, but yeah, just let you. Knowing my luck, I'll find some new ones in the packet, but without it though. So here's the box. No new hardware. Make me buy something else. I'll just check these pads are the same. Yeah, same pads. Now, get a wee touch of grease in there. Yep. There we go. Let me get my new pads. That's better. Get the caliper out. I need to push that in. Now, I do believe that this looks as if it needs to be twisted to be put in, and I don't think it does. There's only one way to find out, and that's really out far. It's really far out, that one. That's my tool right down as low as it can go, I think it is. direction. Or I have to go and get the other tool out. Yep, looks like we need the other tool for that. So these tools are not that expensive. If you're thinking they bumped your head there, you think of doing this yourself, they're pretty straightforward. Just need a wee flat one on that now. That'll do, I think. You notice the pistons going straight back in again. You don't have to twist the piston. Some cars you do, you have to screw it back in again, but these ones with these brake actuators on Land Rover, you don't. What you should do is brush now. On the ears, on the piston face, making sure you don't twist your cable. One. Not lined up yet. Check the sliders are fine, I thought that. That's that. That's tight, that's tight, that's nice and free. So get the wheel on. Keep the dirt on my carpet. Okay, let's roll to the other side. Get the jack over. So same process with this one. It's already retracted. Get the bolts off, clean it up, new pads, but we'll do it in hyperlapse. Just a final wee check on our brake fluid level, so that's fine, that's up to the max. So what's that? I've probably taken 20, 40, 55 millilitres out that, so I have. That's all fine. Get my wee cap back on. That's it there. Everything else is okay. And just always remember to put your foot in the brake and pump it a wee bit to get the pistons to come back into position. What I'll do now is I'll take it on a wee test drive just to burnish the brakes in, and we'll hand it back to the said customer. So that's it guys for this video, all four wheels done, all topped up in this 2015 Range Rover Evoque that needs a wash. So thanks for watching, appreciate that, cheers for now.